The shadows of history are shifting beneath our feet. For decades, a silent warning has echoed through the halls of time. A prophecy spoken by a man who saw the future from a deep sleep. That man was Edgar Cayce, the world's most famous mystic. He whispered of a great reset long before the term existed. Now, as we approach the year 2026, his visions are beginning to manifest. The world stands on the precipice of a total transformation. Ancient systems are crumbling while new powers rise from the dust. This is not a random occurrence in the grand cycle of human events. It is the fulfillment of a blueprint designed a century ago. Cayce looked past the horizon of his own life to see us. He saw a world gripped by chaos, searching for a leader. In his trance, he spoke of a great global reshuffling. He described a moment when the old guard would finally fall. This 2026 window represents the climax of a long-standing cosmic plan. You might feel the tension in the air right now. The political landscape is fractured beyond any previous recognition or repair. Economic structures that once seemed invincible are suddenly showing deep cracks. Cayce's readings suggest that this is all strictly necessary. The old world must be cleared to make room for the new. We are witnessing the birth pains of a brand new era. Among the most controversial aspects is a specific political figure. Modern interpreters of Cayce's work point toward Donald Trump's influence. They see him as a catalyst for the predicted systemic collapse. Cayce spoke of a leader who would disrupt the status quo. This individual would act as a wrecking ball to globalist structures. His role is to expose the hidden rot within the establishment. Whether you support him or not, the disruption is undeniable. This chaos aligns perfectly with the transition into the Great Reset. The prophet foresaw a time when the people would demand truth. He predicted that the truth would be messy and divisive. It would pit neighbor against neighbor in a fight for the soul. We are living through that very struggle in this current hour. The year 2026 marks the end of a specific cycle. It is the year where the New World Order shifts gears. Cayce's readings often hinted at a massive redistribution of global power. He spoke of a shift from the West to the East. Specifically, he noted that Russia would become a beacon of hope. This seems impossible given the current state of global geopolitical warfare. But Cayce insisted that Russia's spirit would eventually find freedom. He believed they would lead the world into a spiritual awakening. This shift is a core component of the 2026 reset. While the elites plan their own version of a great reset, Cayce saw something different. He saw a reset governed by spiritual laws, not financial ones. The two versions are currently in a heavy battle. One side seeks total control through technology and digital currencies. The other side, the one Cayce championed, seeks human liberation. This conflict will reach its absolute peak during the 2026 window. The sleeping prophet warned that the Earth itself would respond. He spoke of geological shifts and major changes to the climate. These events would coincide with the political and social upheavals. He mentioned that the upper portion of Europe would change quickly. New York City and Los Angeles were also in his sights. He saw a world literally being reshaped by the elements. This serves as a cosmic reset button for a straying humanity. We have focused too much on material wealth and power. The Great Reset is a callback to our spiritual roots. Cayce's accuracy in the past gives these warnings heavy weight. He predicted the start of both world wars with precision. He saw the end of the Great Depression before it happened. He even accurately predicted the death of multiple American presidents. When a man with that track record speaks, we should listen, especially when he points toward a specific year like 2026. The prophecy suggests that by 2026, the dollar will change. Global finance will move toward a system we cannot yet imagine. This is the financial pillar of the upcoming Great Reset event. Many believe this is where the Trump mention becomes critical. His policies were often at odds with the globalist banking elite. His presence in the timeline accelerates the collapse of old systems. Cayce's readings suggest that this leader would be a sign. a sign that the era of the secret cabals is ending. Their hidden influence is being dragged into the bright light of day. The Great Reset is not just about money or politics. It is about the evolution of the human soul itself. Cayce spoke of the fifth root race emerging in this time. This new race is defined by higher consciousness and empathy. They will be the ones to rebuild after the 2026 shift. They will prioritize the spirit over the demands of the flesh. But before the rebuilding begins, there must be a great clearing. We are currently in the thick of that destructive phase now. It feels like the end of the world to many. In reality, it is the end of a very dark age. The prophecies indicate that the light is finally breaking through. However, the darkness is fighting back with everything it has left. Control of information is the primary weapon in this final war. We see it in the censorship and the constant media narratives. Cayce warned that deception would be rampant in the last days. He urged his followers to look within for the ultimate truth. The external world will become a hall of mirrors and lies. Only the intuition of the heart can navigate the 2026 reset. As we move closer to this date, prepare for more shocks. The political theater will become even more surreal and intense. The global economy will fluctuate in ways that defy traditional logic. This is all part of the dismantling of the old matrix. The systems we relied on were built on shifting sands. Now, the tide of the Great Reset is coming in fast. Cayce's vision of 2026 includes a new understanding of energy. He hinted at the discovery of free energy sources soon. This would break the chains of the current energy monopolies forever. Imagine a world where poverty is eliminated through such technology. This is the positive side of the prophecy often ignored today. The Great Reset has the potential to be a golden age. But the transition requires a massive shift in our collective behavior. We cannot enter the new world with our old selfish habits. The 2026 reset will force us to choose our path. Will we choose the path of total surveillance and digital slavery? Or will we choose the path of spiritual freedom and sovereignty? This is the ultimate test Cayce warned us about long ago. The mention of Trump in these prophecies is often symbolic. He represents the voice of the common man against the elite. This archetype is essential for the Great Reset to occur naturally. He serves as the mirror for the deep state's hidden agendas. By attacking him, they reveal their own desperate need for control. This exposure is exactly what Cayce predicted would happen eventually. The year 2026 will be the moment the mask falls. There will be no more hiding for the powers that be. The truth will be laid bare for everyone to see clearly. At that point, the Great Reset will move into high gear. People will have to reorganize their lives around local communities. Self-sufficiency will become the most valuable currency in the new world. Cayce often spoke about the importance of the land and soil. He encouraged people to learn how to grow their own food. This advice is more relevant today than ever before in history. The supply chains we trust are far more fragile than realized. The Great Reset will likely involve a temporary breakdown of these. Preparing now is the best way to survive the 2026 shift. But do not let fear dominate your mind or your heart. Cayce's primary message was always one of hope and spiritual growth. The chaos is merely a tool for our collective awakening. He believed that we are all eternal souls on a journey. The events of 2026 are just a chapter in that story. We chose to be here at this specific moment in time. There is a reason you are witnessing these massive global changes. You have a role to play in the coming Great Reset. Whether it is helping others or simply maintaining your own peace, the 2026 world order will look nothing like the world today. It will be a world defined by truth, transparency, and spirit. The era of the liar and the thief is ending. Cayce saw the Hall of Records being opened in this time. This is an ancient library containing the true history of humanity. Its discovery will shatter every lie we have been told. It will prove that we are far more powerful than we think. We are not just cogs in a giant economic machine. We are the creators of our own reality and future. The Great Reset is the moment we reclaim that creative power. The elite know this and are terrified of our potential awakening. That is why they are pushing their version of the reset. They want to keep us trapped in a digital, controlled environment. But Cayce's prophecy suggests that their plan will ultimately fail. The spirit of humanity is far too strong to break. As 2026 approaches, watch the signs in the sun and sky. Cayce mentioned that celestial events would herald the Great Reset. These signs will be unmistakable to those who are paying attention. The Trump administration's return to power or continued influence is key. It keeps the establishment on the defensive during this critical transition. This prevents them from fully implementing their dark global agenda. The Great Reset is a battle for the timeline of humanity. One timeline leads to a technocratic prison of total control. The other leads to the spiritual paradise Cayce saw in trance. By focusing on your own spiritual development, you choose the light. You contribute to the positive manifestation of the 2026 world order. Your thoughts and actions have a massive global impact now. The sleeping prophet's warnings were meant to serve as a guide. They give us a map to navigate the coming global storm. We must be brave enough to follow where it leads. The Great Reset is already here, hidden in the daily news. It is moving silently through the halls of every major government. By 2026, it will be the only reality we know. The old world is dying, and it will not go quietly. But the new world is being born in the hearts of men. This is the true meaning of the Cayce prophecy today. Prepare your mind for the shocks that are coming your way. Prepare your soul for the light that is about to arrive. The Great Reset is the opportunity we have waited for. The year 2026 will be remembered as the great turning point. It is the year humanity finally decided to be truly free. Edgar Cayce saw it all from his humble bed. Now it is our turn to live through the prophecy ourselves. We must be the leaders we have been waiting for today. The 2026 world order begins with your own personal transformation. The transition may be difficult, but the destination is glorious indeed. Trust in the process of the great cosmic reset button. The light will always find a way through the darkest night. Stand firm in your truth as the world shakes around you. The sleeping prophet has given us the vision we need. Now we must have the courage to make it real. The clock is ticking toward the 2026 Great Reset right now. Every day brings us closer to the final reveal of truth. Are you ready for the world that is coming soon? The prophecy is clear and the signs are all around us. The age of the Great Reset is officially upon us today. It is time to wake up and see the truth.